Have you ever wondered where some of the greatest athletes in history came from? Where they got their start? And the schools and coaches that shaped them before they were famous? Well, I'll tell you. I'm Courtney, and this is Decorated History. Today, we're talking about the one and only Mean Joe Greene. You may have heard of him, but you probably don't know much about his career in football before he was the defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Charles Edward Joseph Greene was born September 24, 1946, and grew up as the only child to his single mother, Cleo Thomas, in Temple, Texas. He started his football career in high school at Dunbar High School and was the biggest kid from the beginning. In high school, he was a sturdy 6'3", 225 pounds, and towered over his teammates. Football was always an outlet for Charles, and he used the sport to get out any aggression that he had. He moved on to play college football at North Texas State University, which had started being referred to as the Mean Green. With Charles's middle name being Joe and last name Greene, mixed with his aggressive behavior on the field, he adopted the nickname Mean Joe Greene. He quickly exceeded expectations on the field at North Texas. In his 29 games as defensive tackle, North Texas State held the opposition to 2,507 yards gained on 1,276 rushes, a per-carry average of less than 2 yards per attempt. He was three-time Missouri Valley All-Conference player, and he led North Texas to a 23-5-1 record, and it's no surprise that Greene was a consensus All-American in 1968. It's no question that in his time at North Texas State University, Mean Joe Greene built a legacy that has been unmatched. He was inducted into the North Texas State University Hall of Fame in 1981, and his head coach, Rod Rest, said, quote, "There are two factors behind Joe's success. First, he has the ability to make the big defensive play and turn the tempo of the game around. Second, he has the speed to be an excellent pursuit player." Another coach and pro scout said, quote, "He's tough and mean and comes to hit people. He has good killer instincts and he's mobile and hostile." After he graduated North Texas, he went on to be drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1969 as the number 4 pick. That year, he was awarded Rookie of the Year as a left tackle and was considered the centerpiece of the steel curtain defense strategy that led the Steelers' success to going into the Super Bowl. His teammate Andy Russell said that Greene was, quote, "unquestionably the NFL's best player in the 70s. Greene received 10 Pro Bowl invitations, earned all-conference recognition for 11 years straight, Defensive Player of the Year in 1972 and in 1974, along with many career highs, one of which being the 11 sacks he made in the Steelers' playoff game against Houston in 1972. He was also named NFL Man of the Year in 1979. His winning streak with the Steelers lasted for 91 games before he became injured. Greene led his team to winning not only their first Super Bowl at Super Bowl IX, but also winning Super Bowl X, and then after recovering Super Bowl XIII and Super Bowl XIV. Though successful, it's no question that Greene earned his namesake as Mean Joe. Stories of him punching and kicking other players, shouting uncompromising threats, and his all-around aggressiveness in the game gave fans the idea that Greene was also mean and unapproachable off the field too. But that wasn't the case, and he used his part in the Coca-Cola commercial in Super Bowl XIV to show his real personality. His line, "Hey kid, catch this," as he threw his jersey to the young fan, helped fans see a softer and more approachable side to him. That commercial is still considered a classic to this day. Mean Joe Greene retired in 1981 after playing a whopping 181 games out of a possible 190, and was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 1982. His 75 jersey was retired by North Texas and the Steelers, his being one of only 2 jerseys retired by the Steelers ever. Many people know him as Mean Joe Greene, but few know the meaning behind it. North Texas State University became University of North Texas in 1988, and it's not known as a big football school. Truth be told, as an alumni myself, I often refer to it as a music school, with alums like Norah Jones, Eli Youngband, Maren Morris, Meatloaf, and so many more, and with 100 Grammy Awards won by alum, it's hard not to see UNT as a music school. However, UNT has also had over 75 football players get drafted to the NFL, and at least 15 were top 10 picks. Mean Joe Greene is arguably the most recognizable name to come out of North Texas football, but he wasn't the first to be drafted, and he certainly wasn't and isn't going to be the last. University of North Texas erected a statue in Mean Joe Greene's honor in 2018 in front of Apogee Stadium. He and I will always share the love of the Mean Green Eagles, and I am proud to share his story. Like and subscribe to keep up with the tastiest stories in History's Kitchen. And if you have a delicious story you'd like me to cover, leave a comment below so that maybe next time I can make them decorated history.